For now, what's the award?
Well, how'd it go?
Ah, nice. Extra of those, just in case I need them. I might want to use that to just expedite things with Shez and everybody else. At least anyone who isn't, well, at least for anyone that I'm not super concerned about supports with anyway. Because it looks like there's a decent amount to see to here. Although, do I have time to see to this now? Look at the time. Yeah, I'll make time for it. Let's go. Now, what has you? You know what? Do I even want to know?
Hey, Dimitri. Aren't you supposed to be on break today? What's got you down?
It's nothing. I suppose I'm just finding it difficult to relax. It is vexing to no end to lay around doing nothing, while everyone else busies themselves with vital work.
Nobody's forcing you to take vacations or anything. We just want you to have a little break every now and again. Why are you so desperate to work, anyway?
Because it is my duty. No. It is the only way I know how to live. As part of the royal bloodline, my life has never for a moment belonged to me. Not even at the instant of my birth. And as a survivor of that horrible tragedy, there are certain responsibilities only I can shoulder.
No, let's push back. Shez would push back, I think.
I don't get it. Why does all that stuff have to fall on you? Nothing's gonna go the way you want if you can't bring yourself to trust people who just want to help. And don't even try to tell me you'd be happy with that.
All I want is to ease the pain. Both for those who perished that day and for those who yet live. I'm fully aware that I will need to make sacrifices if I ever hope to accomplish that goal. But I will not drag others into my own personal crusade. I won't let anyone else suffer.
Implying they weren't already suffering.
So, you see, it's better for me to carry the burden myself. And better for everyone else as well.
That's you don't know what you're asking.
You say you don't want to see people suffer, but what about you, Dimitri? What about your pain?
Oh, that's another way to go about it. Yeah, take this angle. Sure, let's go with it.
You don't have a hope in the world of caring for other people if you can't care for yourself first.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. And in truth, I don't know how to alleviate my own pain. I've never given the matter any thought. What would happiness even look like for me?
How can you not know something like that? Just think about it. What kind of things make you smile? Maybe when you finally conquer a tough rival, or hold a banquet after surviving a dangerous battle.
I don't believe I bear the right to such happiness, but if that time were to come, it would be upon my death, having devoted my life to forming a peaceful kingdom full of joyful citizens.
Of course you answer with that.
Seriously? You can be downright dismal sometimes, you know that? Why is death the first thing that comes to mind when you think about being happy?
Dismal? Yes, perhaps you're right.
Perhaps.
But I find it difficult to consider anything else that may cause me joy.
Come on, nothing? What about ending this war quick and celebrating with all your friends? I'm sure Dedu and the others would whip up the grandest feast you've ever laid eyes on.
No, such revelry would be wasted on me.
That wouldn't stop them!
But I suppose seeing the smiles on everyone's faces would be enough.
Thanks for thinking of us, oh great king. But fine, if you want to carry your own burdens for the rest of your life, so be it. We'll just have to take extra good care of you, though, since you clearly won't do it yourself. For starters, you're gonna take a break, and by the goddess, you're gonna like it. Come on, Dimitri. We're gonna get you away from camp for a bit.
No words can express my gratitude.
You should tell that to his face. Well, we've got a lot of these to get through, don't we?
Did you, sir? We'd like to hear your opinion on the matter we discussed earlier.
Regarding Count Karen, as I discussed with Gustav.
What is you observing?
Looks like things are finally changing, Dedu.
They have.
Oh, did I miss something? Sorry, I got distracted by my printer activating.
Looks like things are finally changing, Dedu. They've really started warming up to you, huh?
Alright, cool.
That soldier I was speaking to lost his mother in Dusker. She was a knight of the kingdom. Naturally, his feelings toward me were complicated. We argued many times.
You? Arguing? Can't imagine what that looks like.
Have you seen him and Dimitri? It happens all the time.
I thought it better than just letting him hurl abuse at me. Such a reaction was surprising for me as well. But now we have fought together, worried together, faced death together. I have shown him what I'm capable of, and he has come to trust me in turn.
Nice. Sounds like you really earned his respect then. Congrats, Dedue.
Strange. Why are you so happy for me?
Why wouldn't he be?
Because we're friends, and friends are happy for each other when good stuff happens to them.
Are they?
Anyway, now you've just got to keep it going and get even more people to trust you. Same goes for me. And Dimitri while we're at it.
You're right.
In the meantime, I'm gonna keep winning battles until I prove myself to you once and for all.
Obligatory, you don't have to prove yourself anymore. Stop it.
So make sure you keep an eye on me out there, Dedue, because I'm gonna be the most valuable fighter we've got.
Who are you and what have you done with Dedue? Dedue doesn't laugh. What is this?
What? What's so funny?
Nothing. I look forward to your performance, but you already have my trust. No matter your origin or identity.
Really? You never know when I might betray you and turn my sword on Dimitri, though. Not to mention this weird power I have. Can you seriously say you trust me with that in mind?
Oh yeah, that was how your support chain started, wasn't it?
Your power is concerning, but it does not define you. I'm sure you would not so easily betray His Majesty or myself, but know that if you do, I will cut you down without hesitation. That's who I am. You must understand by now.
Weird way to tell me you trust me, but it's got Dedue written all over it. I'm honored.
Alrighty then, simple enough. Now what do you two have to talk about? This is gonna be an interesting one. I only saw the C support and it was hilarious. The sparring session?
What's wrong? Your footwork is even sloppier than usual.
Than usual.
You noticed that, huh? It's nothing. There's just been a lot on my mind lately is all. And I was kinda lost in thought when you lunged at me, so I couldn't really react too well.
Training isn't the time for idle contemplation. You're worthless as a sparring partner if you let your mind wander.
Ouch.
Not to mention that you do the same thing in actual battles. Getting distracted when you're training is one thing. Do it out there, and the enemy will cut you down without hesitation. We've been through this before. If there's something on your mind, just come out with it already.
I was just thinking you have a pretty good read on me now, too.
It was obvious something was wrong from the way you were fighting. And this is just payback for last time, so no complaining.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not.
If you say so. There's still something I don't understand, though. Where did you learn to fight like that?
Do you want the real answer, or...?
You clearly don't move like a knight, but I've never seen a mercenary use those techniques either.
I guess you could say I taught myself. I didn't really have one teacher who showed me everything. If anything, I just kind of picked stuff up as I moved from one band of mercs to the next.
That explains it. I was wondering why your style was so hard to read. Both knights and mercenaries use a standard set of battle-tested tactics. A book they all play by. But you're not bound to any single convention. I suppose that's what I found strange.
Okay, that's a more plausible answer and someone that Felix would go to before the well, I wonder how much Arval influenced it, though. Although, that'd only be, what, 2.5 years of influence? Maybe 3 at this point, so I guess it's plausible that it would... I guess Shez's answer makes more sense, but I do wonder how much Arval influenced it.
Probably doesn't help that I don't have to draw my sword like everyone else. When I think about it like that, it might have been for the best that I taught myself instead of subscribing to a particular school of thought.
Well, drawing the sword is only the initial step, so after that, though...
A unique style all your own. Fascinating. Teach me.
What?
I'd be glad to, but I'm the only one who can use my sword. It won't be easy to replicate.
That's for me to decide. If nothing else, I can adapt your moves for my own purposes. The more styles I know, the better.
If you say so. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'll do what I can. Oh, and you can teach me in exchange. The more styles, the better, right? You fight sorta like a knight, but also sorta not. I mean that in a good way, of course. I'm not sure how to put it. It's almost like you react to the situation as it plays out. So, yeah, if we can combine our two styles somehow, I bet we'll both end up stronger for it.
Maybe so.
Alright, relatively straightforward. Is the other one locked? No! Surprised why the B support was locked behind. What was the B support locked behind then? Because it seemed that it wasn't until part 2 that it actually opened up. Curious that. Either way, I guess we'll go ahead and see this one through.
He's making a run for it, Felix. Don't let him get away.
Not a chance. He's mine!
Nice work out there. It's a real confidence boost knowing you have my back.
I could say the same for you. Now that I know your style better, I have less trouble predicting your movements.
Glad to hear it. Guess you must have a pretty good read on me by now, huh?
On your sword, perhaps?
There you go again. You know, I've gotten a good grasp on the way you think.
Have you now?
It's like you decide on a role for yourself, then do whatever you can to see it through.
Okay, that is actually pretty accurate.
Of course, the role changes depending on the situation and who's fighting beside you. Sometimes you attack, sometimes you defend. It's incredible just how versatile you are.
No need for compliments. That's simply how I was taught to be.
Really? By who?
My father. He may prefer a spear or magic, but he's more than capable with a sword in his hands too.
I'll have to test that theory in-game.
Right. Makes sense it'd be Rodrigue. His weapon of choice might be different, but he adapts himself to the flow of battle just as well as you do. Probably better, actually.
Oh, you're gonna piss him off by saying that last part.
The style didn't start with him, though. It's something the leaders of our house have passed down throughout the ages. House Fraldarius has been the king's lance and shield for generations. Ever since the time of Kaifin, sworn friends of the great King Lug. At times, we've been sent to defeat the crown's enemies. At others, we've held back to defend the throne. I admit the style has its uses, idiotic history of blind faith aside.
Huh. So that's why you fight the way you do. You're indispensable, Felix. Not just to Dimitri, but to everyone else too.
I suppose if I'm a lance and shield, you would be like some kind of projectile, an arrow or a stone.
You're actually indulging this?
You're saying I'm good at taking the enemy by surprise, right? You sure could learn to be more direct with your compliments, you know.
You can interpret it that way if you want. In any case, you're just as important to this army as I am. Between that sword of yours and the way you can shapeshift, nobody ever knows what you'll do next. Some might say your powers are dangerous, but I think they provide the perfect element of surprise.
Huh. Glad to hear you say so.
There's one fault I can't get past, though. You can never stay focused during battle. It's almost like you're talking to someone while you fight. Someone in your head that... Hey, what's with the smile?
Oh boy. Oh freaking boy. No, that actually would be a good explanation, wouldn't it?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I'm just really happy we've gotten to know each other so well. Only a true friend would be that open with their criticism. Thanks, Felix.
Say what you will. That's the last piece of advice I'm ever giving you.
I'm so convinced.
He wasn't really mad, was he? It's so hard to tell sometimes.
If Marvel chimes in and says no, this will be perfect. Dang it. Can't be that lucky, I suppose. Can't be that lucky.
It's been a while since we sent that letter, but we still haven't received a response.
Yeah, we know the village chief got it, though. And we know he read it. The soldier who delivered it confirmed as much.
But he never wrote back. I wonder why.
Hard to say. Maybe he just doesn't want to get involved, or maybe he doesn't remember us. Part of me almost wonders if my mom didn't make him promise not to tell me anything. Not that I have any proof she'd do that. It's too bad, you know? We should probably assume we're never getting a response and just leave it at that. We don't have any other leads either, so there's not much point holding out hope. I mean, yeah, I want to know more about my mom, but it's not the end of the world if I can't. You had to give up learning about your parents too, right?
I did, but
No matter what kind of past my mom had, she'll always be my mom. And I'll always be me. I know that she put every bit of herself into raising me, and that's what matters. There's nothing more important than that in my book.
You're right. Whatever your parents did before they had you, and wherever they are now, they'll always be your parents.
Glad you understand. And hey, not knowing the truth lets me make up all sorts of stories about her in my head.
Oh, you mean like imagining she was actually a high-ranking noble, forced into obscurity?
That is one possibility, although I have my own theories.
Not a bad idea, but not totally original either. I was thinking more along the lines of a legendary knight, known throughout every inch of Fodlan.
Well, if she was a maid, she probably was part of the Agarthans at one point, or maybe had some of their power.
Or maybe a mysterious adventurer who came from somewhere far beyond its borders.
That would be incredible if it were true, and it would certainly explain why she was so knowledgeable. Still, I'm sorry I couldn't help you in the end.
It's all good, Ash. Without you, I never would have spent all this time thinking about my mom and who she really was. So even though we came up empty-handed, I'd say the journey itself was entirely worth it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I should probably get going. Just remembered I've got a huge to-do list and not nearly enough time to do it. See ya.
Huh? I could have sworn I saw the commander here a moment ago.
Oh, you just missed them. I can take a message if you want, though.
In that case, please deliver this letter.
Oh? Oh, you scum! You absolute freaking scum! No! How dare you? How freaking dare you, game? No! Do not... I know it's okay to not explain everything, but damn it! I'm gonna be... That's annoying. That is really annoying. Holy crap. Oh, that's annoying. That's the only word I have for it. Just... why did you have to do it like that? Ugh. Moving on before I get any more annoyed.
Ugh, today's training was rough. Guess I need to start working even harder if I want to keep up.
You know, it's amazing just how into all this you are, but I do feel kind of bad for you.
Why? It's my own fault for not being up to snuff. Just you watch, Sylvain. I'm gonna stand head and shoulders above everyone else in the next battle.
That's not what I mean. I feel bad that we roped you into this war.
Why would you feel bad about that?
The only reason any of us are fighting is to keep our homes from being destroyed. If we fail, we'll lose everything. Our houses, our families, the places we grew up. But you don't have that kind of personal stake in this thing. You can live wherever the wind takes you.
True. I am a bit of a nomad.
Isn't there anywhere you call home, though?
Well, sorta. I grew up in a remote village off in the mountains, so that's probably the closest thing. But it's hard to really say for sure. Honestly, I doubt I'll ever understand what it means to have a home like all of you do.
So what? Are you just in this for the money, then?
No, I'm only putting all this effort in so I can make sure my friends get through the war alive. Though, I'm not gonna complain about the money either.
Okay, now you're just trying to sound good. Though it is working, I'll give you that.
Well played.
Really, I think this is the closest thing to a home I've ever had. Because I've got all of you here.
Are you sure? This place doesn't make for quality living, trust me.
Yeah, but you are my boys in blue, so deal with it.
I mean, it's cold, it's desolate, and there's nowhere to go to have any fun. Plus, we've constantly got enemies like Srang soldiers coming at us from every angle.
Well, I can't deny that. But it's still important to you anyway, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Huh, maybe that's why all the talk about chivalry emerged from this far north. Because it gives you a reason to fight, if nothing else. Gives you a reason to stick around. And it seems that Felix understands that a little bit, even though he's the most resistant to that idea. Or maybe he just doesn't feel that he can escape it properly. I don't know, it's interesting.
And it's our job to make it a place where everyone can live in peace.
Right. Who knows what'll happen after the war, but for now, I'm with you guys every step of the way.
I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, and about those plans for the fire orb I showed you? Would you mind helping me with a little experiment later? The thing hardly had any punch to it when I tested it.
Sure. Sounds like it's a long way off still, huh?
Hey, I'm trying here. I even got in touch with the School of Sorcery to see if they could help.
You're escalating it that far.
No rush, Sylvain. I'm sure you'll finish it one of these days. I've spent enough time with you to know. You can do anything when you put your mind to it.
Alrighty then. Relatively straightforward. How many more of these are there? Oh yes, that stray one with Yuri, and then... Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Maybe I don't have enough time for all these.
Today's training was a total mess. My feet are killing me.
You need to stay in peak shape, though. You never know when we might get tossed into a battle.
True. We've got to be ready for anything.
Mercedes? You daydreaming again? I've gotta say, you've been acting all kinds of weird lately.
Have I? I feel perfectly fine, I assure you.
You sure? Back when we had that tea party, you looked so, I don't know, sad.
I suppose I can't hide anything from you. Things like tea parties with dear friends or seeing the trainees work so hard to improve. It reminds me of how things were before the war, if just for a moment.
Ah.
You mean back at the academy?
Yes. And before that, when I lived with my mother and my little brother. It also reminds me of the time I spent studying with friends at the School of Sorcery in the capital. Things may not have been easy then, but I would give anything to return to those days.
Huh. I don't think I've ever seen you get this sentimental about something.
The feeling surprises even me. All my years, I've gone wherever the current of life chose to sweep me. In truth, I used to think nothing ever went precisely how I wanted it to. But looking back now, I realize just how joyous all those moments really were. And yes, I'm aware it isn't good to dwell so heavily on the past, but I can't seem to help myself.
It's difficult not to when you've got that much to look back on.
And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with getting sentimental. Nobody's gonna judge you for reliving one or two good memories every now and then.
Thank you, truly. You're such a kind person.
Still, you shouldn't keep all your emotions bottled up like that. We might not go back to the peace of the old days anytime soon, but we can still have tea parties. I'm always here to listen if you ever need to get something off your chest, Mercedes.
You mean that? I'm so glad to hear it. In that case, why don't we have one right now?
Sure, I don't mind. But why now?
Because I used the money I'd been saving up to buy some more ingredients. Remember how we were talking about all those different kinds of delicious fruit desserts before? Well, I went ahead and whipped some up.
How do you have time for that?
I could never turn down an invitation like that. Can't wait to see what you came up with.
Well, don't let me stop you, I guess. Okay. What's this one about?
Hey, Annette. What are you up so late for? Some kind of research?
I don't know, the last two have been about songs, so maybe... it's probably about that.
Oh no, it's nothing like that. I've been working on this.
That just looks like a bunch of little black bugs jumping around on a page.
Which means it's sheet music.
Excuse you? It's sheet music. I have no idea how you could possibly think the notes look like bugs.
You can spin it.
Sorry. It's just, I don't think I've ever actually seen sheet music before. Does this mean you're writing a new song?
Mm-hmm. A lovely tune popped into my head today, so I wanted to jot it down before I forgot.
What kind of song is it? I can't read sheet music, so I'm having trouble imagining what it'll be like.
If it turns out right, it'll be bouncy and fun. Though I'm nowhere near finishing the lyrics yet. Still, I want to write something happy. A song that'll make people feel good when they sing it.
That sounds great. I can't wait till it's finished.
Hey, do you remember the song I wrote about that night?
Oh boy, here we go.
Night? Oh, you mean the horse with the human... yep. Yeah, the song about the night, of course.
Well, I heard someone singing it again.
Look, Annette, I know you're upset I let it slip, but what's done is done.
I didn't mean it like that. I heard a mercenary singing it to himself as he died.
Oh, okay, this just took a heel turn. Okay, let's see where this goes.
He was covered in blood and could hardly breathe. Yet he had this great big smile on his face as the words crossed his lips. He must have been in so much pain. But still, he just kept smiling.
Probably thinking back to all the times he'd spent drinking and singing with his friends. Soldiers always throw the wildest parties after a battle. The sort of thing where you can find knights and mercs alike, locking arms and belting out tunes.
Maybe. Anyway, I've been thinking about that mercenary a lot ever since he passed. I never wanted that song out in the world, and I'm honestly still not happy about it. But it helped him face his final moments with a smile, instead of sadness or fear. And I'm forever grateful I could provide that.
It's like I told you before, Annette. Your songs can really help people. I'm sure tons more took comfort in that song too, including me. Whenever I'm feeling down, I just think about one of your silly songs and I'm right back in high spirits.
You and a lot of people I know.
Silly? Are you implying my lyrics aren't serious?
Yes.
No, never mind. I'll choose to take it as a compliment.
They are not silly. They are not serious at all. Have you heard yourself?
And hey, if my songs really help people that much, I better get to work writing lots of new ones.
There you go. So what's this next one gonna be about?
Well, right now I'm planning to make it be about a group of friends who dig into a huge feast together.
Oh, this one?
They keep churning out dish after delicious dish, and everyone's faces are alight with laughter and joy.
Wow, I'm getting hungry just hearing about it.
Gee, I wonder what this one might sound like.
Right? Then once all the food runs out, they go off hunting for ingredients so they can cook up some more.
Okay.
But uh-oh, they come across a ginormous bear and have to battle it to the death.
What?
A death match with a bear? I thought this was supposed to be a happy song about a feast. Guess I shouldn't judge it before it's done. Just let me know when you're finished, okay? I want to be the first in line to hear it.
Are you sure that's wise after you go and blurted out the song, well, the original song before? Are you sure this is wise?
Yes, of course.
I have questions. Most of them are why. Okay, all of them are why. You guys are weird.
Hey, Ingrid. Not too often I see you wandering in town like this.
Oh, I, was just out for a walk.
Uh-huh.
What about you? Are you here to do some shopping?
Yeah, they do ask me to pick up some ingredients for dinner.
Well, if it is food shopping you're after, then your best bet would be the boulevard past the river.
What are you so flustered for? You're not hiding something, are you?
I know exactly what she's hiding. She was out for a night on the town because she likes food a little too much. That's what it's gonna be about, isn't it?
What, me? No, not at all. It's nothing really. I'm just surprised how much you can find here.
You're not a convincing liar. You're not a convincing liar at all. I'm a better liar than you.
And it's a far cry from the struggling little towns dotting the rest of the kingdom, that's for sure.
Yes. Galatea is one of the regions that's found itself facing particularly hard times lately. A beautiful town like this, filled with happy people, hardly feels like it's part of the same kingdom as the blighted, barren lands I call home. The street lined end to end with blacksmiths is an especially magnificent sight. Not to mention all the wonderful smells wafting from the food stalls.
Oh boy, yep, now you're starting to reveal your hand again. Keep going.
Sorry, I lost myself for a moment there. In any case, it's great to see just how prosperous this town has become.
Yeah, we're doing this.
Hey, you want to go take a peek at some of those stalls with me? We can grab a bite and keep walking if you want. I saw some mouth-watering meat skewers when I passed by earlier, and this time of year's got the best fruit and fish.
Truly? I'd love to try some. Though it would not be proper for me to be engaging in such revelry as the future Count Galatea.
Oh, just do it, you stuck up.
Hey, speaking of, have you figured out what you want to do yet?
Not at the moment, no. In fact, part of the reason I came into town today was to do some further searching.
Dodge.
It's my dream in life to stand as a knight by His Majesty's side, just as my late fiancé once did. And even if I do not become a knight like he was, there must be a way I can protect His Majesty in a similar fashion. Perhaps I could teach the people of my house the ways of farming, and travel the kingdom cultivating land for those who need it most.
That's an idea. Definitely an unusual job for a count, but it'll be welcome for sure. And if you managed to help the kingdom prosper while you did it, people would grow more and more satisfied with the royal family's rule. That's certainly one way to protect the king. If that's the path you choose for yourself, I'll do whatever I can to support you. That's what friends do, after all.
In that case, what would you think of cooperating with me once I inherit my family's title? Just as Tobias did for my grandmother.
Don't tell me. You'd ask me to fetch you meat skewers every day to save you the trip into town?
What? I would never.
It was just a joke, don't worry. But I seriously do want to help. I believe in you, Ingrid.
Was it a joke, though? I don't think Ingrid took it as a joke. Oh, man. Let's see. I've already seen the support between Shez and Yuri, so I can ignore that one for now. And it looks like that knocked out most of them. Oh yeah, so we've got the Blue Lions and Golden Deer mix-up as well. Alright, let's start getting through that. Had them mostly on the training field working through those.
Go ahead.
Oh boy! But wait, if I eat that, what are you gonna eat?
I'll buy something from one of the merchants outside.
But that costs money! This is my second helping. Or maybe third. I can't remember. Anyway, if anyone's gonna be paying for extra food, it should be me.
In that case, I'll take you up on... Wait, was that thunder?
No, it was Raphael, wasn't it?
Nope. Just my stomach. Sorry to scare you.
I have questions.
I tell ya, I can't wait for this war to be over so I can eat as much as I want.
I have questions.
Look, skipping a full portion won't kill me. Why don't you take half?
Wow! You mean it? Thanks a bunch, meat buddy.
I have questions.
Meat buddy? Wait, is that me?
I have questions.
Yeah, you love it as much as I do. So that makes us meat buddies.
How are you able to tell that, and are you sure that's correct?
Whatever you say.
Hey, I've got an idea. If there isn't enough to go around, we should go hunting. That way everyone can have their fill.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I know! Come on, we'll hit up the nearby forest.
I remember the support between you and Petra. That didn't work out the last time.
Petra says there's a ton of game there.
Oh wait, there we are.
Just so happens I have some free time on my hands. So let me finish my lunch and I'll be ready.
All right! Meat buddies are unstoppable!
Why is this a thing?
Wait, you forgot your food! He really is something.
That is certainly a word that can be used to describe him, yes. God. This is gonna be weird to watch unfold, isn't it? So what's this conversation about? I keep hearing things about the Yuri supports in this game.
Here you go, Carly. As promised.
This feels a little light. You run into trouble moving the merchandise?
Sure did. With all the fighting lately, even the noble folk are getting real selective about who they do business with.
Well, nothing to be done for that. Our competitors certainly won't back down, so we can't afford to either. I'll think of something. Might involve crossing a dangerous bridge or three, but we'll work it out.
So what kind of work do you do, though?
I'm pretty sure he went... Huh? Yuri?
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Well, if it isn't Ash. You seem out of breath. Am I really so charming?
Bruh.
Did you see someone suspicious come this way? I was chasing them down, but I lost them.
Ah, you must be referring to my lackey.
Your lackey? Wait, what is that you're holding?
Oh, just various proceeds from this and that. But I'll not say more, especially not in front of a royal knight like you.
Can you look any more suspicious?
Dirty money, is it?
Coin is coin. Whatever grime it may bear always washes clean in the end.
You know, I've been biting my tongue on this for a while, but I don't think it's right to earn money the way you do. You're so much smarter than me. You could do anything if you put your mind to it. There's no need to resort to cheating and hurting people to turn a profit.
Are you seriously trying to lecture the Lord of the Underworld? Oh, that's adorable.
Dude.
No one makes it through this life with clean hands. You should know that better than anyone.
That doesn't mean you intentionally sully them.
Sometimes you have to resort to just the most terrible things imaginable in order to feed your family. Am I right?
You scoundrel! Oh god. That's below the belt, buddy. Ow!
How do you know about my past? I've never told anyone.
No, I don't know. Perhaps I heard it from Count Rowe. Or maybe even Lord Lenato. The sins we commit follow us until our dying day, my friend.
I know that. But even so,
Well, I'm a bit busy, so you work that out while I walk away. Bye then.
Yuri. No, I won't turn my back on you.
What's that last line supposed to mean? I have questions. Most of them are, what the hell is going on? Oh man, it's gonna be interesting watching that play out. Let's go to something completely different.
Ignatz, I've been looking all over for you.
For what purpose exactly?
Oh, hello, Sylvain. Do you need something?
Why yes, I do need something.
Yeah, I actually... Oh, were you painting? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. What can I do for you?
Actually, I was hoping you could take a look at this painting I brought back last time I was home.
This style is rarely seen in Fargus. It might be the work of an Imperial painter.
Agreed. I don't think I've seen this style of brushwork used much in the kingdom.
I didn't take you for a connoisseur of the artwork, Sylvain. I thought you were more... How many interests do you have?
My father's first wife was an Imperial noble, so maybe it was hers?
I never knew that. Still, it's quite stunning.
I know, right? That lady's really something.
I don't think that was what Ignatz was referring to, but okay.
I didn't mean the woman herself. Though, of course, she's lovely too. The features of her face suggest such kindness. She actually resembles Lady Rhea in a way.
The thing is, I have no idea who she is or if she even exists in real life.
Is that why you came to me? To see if I could uncover her identity?
Pretty much. I really love this thing, so it's been bugging me for years. I thought maybe you could finally scratch the itch for me.
I feel like he'd know less than you would, though, given that he wouldn't have had much opportunity to go to the Empire, since that it's that kind of brushwork.
I mean, everybody knows you're the go-to guy for anything related to art.
Yeah, but what you're talking about is history.
Well, I'll do what I can, but please try not to get your hopes up. There's still a great deal I don't know. Though I must admit, my curiosity has been piqued as well.
Well, looks like you're in luck, Sylvain.
Oh, really? Thanks. I wouldn't have the first clue about how to go about this on my own.
We noticed.
I mean, I'd at least have something to go on if it was a religious painting. But us kingdom folk pretty much only care about fighting, you know? And our art books are, well, let's just say they're lacking, and leave it at that.
Yes, I'm well aware. Sadly, while religious art has continued to thrive and grow, the same can't be said for its secular counterparts. I do get the impression that this portrait may actually be related to the Church of Saros, though.
You think? I don't know. I haven't noticed any of the usual elements of a Saros composition.
As I'm sure you know, paintings of legendary and sacred figures all share a certain pattern, which is to say they're frequently depicted with their associated symbols.
Yeah, like Saint Saros with swords and Saint Sethaline with fish.
Wait, really?
I don't see anything even close to that here.
Wait, the meme is real? What? Wait, you mean... Oh no. Oh my gosh, Saint Sethaline with fish. Really? That's a thing. That is a thing. That is hilarious.
Look at the birds. Don't they seem strangely prominent to you?
I guess, now that you mention it. Okay, so who was associated with birds? Saint Macule, maybe? No, Saint Macule was a guy. This is nothing like how he's usually depicted either.
I didn't expect you to be so knowledgeable, Sylvain. No offense. To be honest, I always thought the two of us lived in entirely different worlds.
Come on. You should know me better than that. I'm the biggest art connoisseur in all of Fargus.
Are you now?
Though, I admit, at first I only studied it to impress the ladies.
There it is.
Sorry. I guess we still live in different worlds after all.
Yeah, that's a fitting way to tie that loose end up, I suppose. I'll be very curious to see what Ignatz finds then. For now. What has you two standing across from each other?
You have something to say, or do you just like staring at me?
Merely thinking about your brother, that's all. I only caught a glimpse of him at Aryan Road, but he was nothing like what the rumors suggested.
You mean the ones about the eldest son of a noble family falling from grace? Taking up a life of banditry and wanton destruction?
The very same. They say he was a foul knave who stole not to survive, but because he took such great pleasure from the act.
Probably because it was true.
Still, I suppose one shouldn't take such rumors at face value.
Actually, there's a fair amount of truth to what they say. At least there was, up until 2 years ago. Yet still, His Majesty thought it was wise to recruit him to our side, and somehow managed to do just that.
Yes, I hear he wooed your brother with the chance to demonstrate how the Crestless can still make something of themselves. His honeyed words drew him in, at which point he began to play the man's inferiority complex like a mandolin.
Seems like you're more cunning than I realized. You really have eyes and ears everywhere, huh?
You're one to talk of cunning. Springing as you do from the loins of Margrave Gautier himself. I know you've been keeping tabs on my every move.
What?
Has he now?
In my line of work, one learns to pick up on hostile presences rather quickly. From the day we met, you've been waiting for me to take one wrong step so you can cut me down. I'd heard the heir of House Gautier was nothing more than a base philanderer. But it seems that rumor isn't completely true either. Just look at you. Having the gall to call me out while you hide behind the murderous grin plastered on your face. I know you've killed without hesitation.
Hey, we've all made mistakes. There's no need to rehash the past. And what's this murderous grin you're talking about? What would that even look like?
The fact you aren't conscious of it makes you all the more dangerous. Unless that pained grimace just now was also part of your act.
What, are you attributing a rumor about Dimitri to Sylvain? What's going on here?
Regardless, that crest-bearing fool nickname you picked up seems woefully inappropriate for one of your caliber. It's clear you inherited your father's cunning, and then some.
I'm not sure whether to take that as a compliment or just start sobbing.
The former. There aren't many in Fodling capable of winning my true respect. For my part, I'll watch where I step, lest I end up with one of your blades lost in my back.
Well then, that is not the angle I expected to go with those two characters, but you know what? Fascinating. Utterly fascinating. Are you two of a support? You two are in different fields when it comes to the arts, but I guess there would be some commonality. So what do you two have to talk about? This one seems entirely random.
Ah, Annette! Good day to you! I see you remain as sprightly and sweet as a newly bloomed flower.
I already hate it.
Hi, Lawrence.
And it looks like Annette hates it too. Excellent.
Oh my. Have I done something to invite your displeasure?
You existed.
You just kind of brought back a bad memory from a long time ago.
Oh, wait a minute. Lawrence was in the Verdiad School of Sorcery, wasn't he? Oh no. Is there history there? There's history there, isn't there?
Back at the School of Sorcery, there was this one time this noble guy made fun of me.
That man is you?
What manner of cur would dare do such a thing?
Bruh, oh no, it's you.
If a noble ever presumes to mock your genius, point me in their direction so I might give them a taste of their own medicine.
Oh no, you have no idea what you're talking. Oh no.
Well, then pop the cork on that medicine bottle and take a nice big gulp.
Hold a moment. Are you implying that I am the one who mocked you?
I'm not implying it, I'm saying it. You made fun of me the first time we ever met. You were all like, I say, you there, this is no place for a child. Now run along to your parents before I summon the watch.
Okay, that's a pretty good impression, actually.
We simply cannot abide a common scullery maid wandering these hallowed halls. Why, we'd be made a laughing stock.
Oh, that's a really good impression. It's not as good as Balthus's impression of Hubert, but that's... I mean, you can't mimic the tone of voice, but you know what? In terms of actual... Well, in terms of the tenor of the voice, yeah, that's a good mimicry. That's a very good mimicry. Well played.
You thought I was some lost kid, and you called me a scullery maid.
Yes, I do seem to vaguely recall the incident. Oh, so that scullery maid was you!
Oh no, you're not denying it? Oh no, you're about to be blasted.
That is, you were in fact no maid at all, but the noble niece of Baron Dominic.
You deserve a wind spell to the stomach.
You have my sincerest apologies for the error. Pray forgive my impertinent tongue.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, it would be silly to keep hanging on to a grudge like that, right?
And yet it seems that you have.
If we'd had but another chance to properly converse back then, I'm certain the matter would have been cleared up with some ease. But sadly, that day was both our first and last opportunity to meet.
Now that you mention it, I don't remember seeing you around after that.
Yes, because my father swiftly summoned me back to Alliance territory. After the king's death, the kingdom had become too unstable for me to remain there any longer.
Huh. I thought you I thought your stint at the School of Sorcery was longer than that.
Oh, right. That was right around the tragedy of Dusker.
My father worried that relations between the kingdom and Alliance might become strained. As such, I was forced to leave school mere days after my arrival.
Huh. I need to go back through what I remember. I need to go back through my Three Houses footage to see how long you spent at the School of Sorcery, because I could have sworn it was longer than that, but then again, I don't remember you talking about it all that much. Maybe it was just Mercedes that mentioned it as a one-off?
Huh. Kind of funny how we keep ending up together like this.
Yes, it seems fate strives to keep us together, whether at the School of Sorcery, the Academy, or here. And I, for one, look forward to seeing what the future holds.
Me too. But if you ever call me a kid or a maid again, no amount of summoning the watch is gonna save you.
Oh boy.
I swear on my life, those words shall never cross my lips again. And by way of apology for my odious blunder, I hereby swear to come to your aid if ever you require it. Just say the word, and I, Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, will hurry to your side.
Will you now? Okay, I hate this now. Again. Okay then. I hate it already. Now what's this one? Ah, right. I spent a long time on the training field with all these guys.
Oh dear, she left some of her feet again today. She might even be sick. But what do I do if she is?
You have more awareness than this. What the hell, Ingrid?
You should give her hay instead of feed.
Oh, okay, I see what's going on now.
Oh, Marianne, I didn't notice you there. Wait, what's wrong with feed?
Oats aren't enough. For a horse, I mean. Not enough nutritional value.
I suppose I have been giving her a good amount of oats recently. Is that really what's making her unwell?
Yes. Probably.
In that case, I'll find some hay for her right away. Thanks for the advice. You sure know a lot.
Oh yeah, this is the one thing that they do have in common, is an interest in caring for horses. Neat!
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, come. Ingrid, be gentle.
There's no need to be humble when you clearly know so much. Speaking of which, would you mind if I asked you some other questions?
No, I should have minded my own... please, excuse me.
It's not just your own business, though. It affects the health of the horses. It's important to mention that... Chase after her, Ingrid.
Hey, wait! There's so much I want to ask!
And then...
What do I do? I only brought her on the battlefield once. Now she refuses to take even a single step.
I think, she's scared.
What? Really?
I can try to calm her down, but I don't know.
Is this going to be a repeated pattern?
Easy. I know that was scary, but you're safe now.
Shh. You're a literal horse whisperer. Excellent.
Amazing! She's walking again!
She said she hates the stench of blood on the battlefield. And that's why she didn't want to move.
Oh, well that makes sense. Wait, did you just talk to my horse?
Yes, well, I mean, sort of. I just kind of understand.
What is that power, anyway?
That's incredible. How do you do that? And can you teach me?
It's really just, I mean, I sort of imagine what they're thinking based on little movements.
I have
or-
questions. Is it actually a legit power, or This has been an open question since Three Houses, hasn't it?
I'm sorry. I'm not helpful.
Bullshit!
Go.
No, just... Again, chase after her, Ingrid.
Not helpful? This is the second time you've helped me and her both. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Marianne. Have a little confidence in your abilities.
Please excuse me.
Wait, I didn't even get to thank you.
And of course that's where you ended, because you a big freaking tease, you stupid freaking... Wait, what's this? Oh, right. That. Okay, we're good then. You freaking tease. That's... It ran the gamut this time, didn't it? Really touching ones, some interesting conversations, a bit of world building, and then that! I'll be very curious to see what all the follow-ups are there, but you know what? That'll have to do for now, so... I guess I'll go ahead and mark this one off the list, do some grinding before we get to the next battle. Probably save any supports until after that point, because I feel like at some point Rodrigue's gotta come back. Either that or, well, I'm pretty sure he's the sacrifice for Chapter 12 if I don't recruit Byleth, but I suppose time will tell. For now then, on with the show.